Welcome back to Beards on Gaming. How are you today, Mark?
You know, I just noticed something about this little RPG Maker screen that you're doing here. Mm-hmm. See over to the left there? I can't tell if this is intentional or not, but that fire, you made one banner to the right of it that's perfectly fine. Why did you have that? And why did you do that while I was talking?
I completely forgot that was a thing, and I just wanted to see if I put anything there.
Thank you. But I see that you have one banner to the right that's fine and one banner to the left that's burned. I think that's a really nice detail.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I added a few.
Otherwise, I'm awful, David. I'm just doing completely awful.
Oh, hold on. Technical difficulties.
Oh, no. He should have done this before we actually started, but he didn't. What a hack.
Yeah, this wasn't great. Anyway.
And he's going towards someone.
I'm not going towards anything. I'm readjusting myself.
Yeah, This is the most... Yeah, it really needs to be said. This is the most janky ghetto way to set this up. It's clever, don't get me wrong.
For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, I made a soundboard in RPG Maker, and I just have it running in the background as we're doing a podcast every time.
So essentially you're just listening to the game audio, and everyone is set up with you have a bunch of NPCs set up with an audio clip in a tavern. I
programmed them all to play an audio clip.
I think I should feel slightly honored that the one that's supposed to be me is just the theme of this thing.
Yes.
This thing that we do. Though I'm still somehow a party member.
Yes. Yes, I added you as a party member in case I ever ended up doing anything else with it.
Apparently your class is just swordsman, but I am a magic swordsman.
I kind of wanted to have us leave and then you would join me and then we go on magical adventures.
No. No, because I just leave.
We played Outer Worlds.
Yes, so this week we're going to be doing two podcasts kind of separate from each other because we skipped the last week.
Also, we won't be here next week. We won't be here for the next podcast, I don't think.
Yeah, so we're going to do a double bill right now to kind of somewhat make up for it. The second one's going to be a bit more rambling, and we're just going to be talking about stuff that's come out recently that we want to talk about.
Yes.
First one is going to be a bit more direct, talking about Obsidian Entertainment's release, Outer Worlds.
Yes, which we have just started playing because it just came out 3 days ago?
It came out Friday, quote unquote. But because of how the scheduling worked.
It did come out Friday, didn't it?
But because of how the scheduling worked, I was able to download it and get it running and start playing it Thursday night.
Really?
Like 8 o'clock.
Nice.
I literally caught a thing on Twitter that's like, here's where the middle point of actually like midnight is, but the East Coast got it a bit earlier.
I got up early, like an hour earlier than I usually did on Friday, and played it for like 3 hours and went to work.
Yeah.
But I played it more since then, obviously.
Yeah. But so yeah, I am having a shit ton of fun.
It is a good game so far.
Yes.
I have a lot of qualms on it, and people are going to get super mad at me because I do what I always do, and I point out everything that bothers me about it. And I'm not wrong. I'm just very, very critical. Or are you saying I'm not... You saying I'm wrong? Do you say I'm wrong or I'm not wrong?
Oh, I said you're wrong. I was mostly joking, though.
Oh, okay.
Now, is this one of those instances where you have... I'm not sure if you said it on the show, but you've admitted it to me, that it's one of those things where you're only really critical of things that you enjoy or love?
I'm critical of everything.
Okay.
No, but that's the thing. I'm a critic. I criticize things.
No, you're not. You're a guy that talks on the internet about bullshit. Calling us critics is a little bit...
Oh, come on. I have a lot of experience with criticism.
You got to speak up, dude. You got to lean in or speak up.
Because
look where you are in the
Sorry
film.
about that.
I know I have to basically make out with you in order to get close to this mic, but still.
No, but...
Either get used to this or spring for a second mic.
I actually have a lot of experience in the television industry.
I know well you do.
But yeah, so, ultimately, I am enjoying this game.
Yes.
I find the talking to people...
The thing you do with your mouth.
Yeah, I find talking to people in the game to be much more fun than actually, like, shooting and shit in the game. But, ultimately, it doesn't really bother me that much.
Fair enough. Any more?
But I do have criticisms, and we'll get into those. What would you like to talk about first? The good things about the game or the things that upset me about the game?
Go for the bad things. Just get this out of the way.
Okay. Because you agreed with a few of them.
I have, but they haven't been, like... Stopping is the wrong word, because it hasn't stopped you. The game is distracting me from what minor things, but I also don't hate them as much as you do.
Yeah, true.
Go for what you hate.
Okay, first off, the gameplay is just, it's not as great as a lot of games that came out recently. Or
compare that to like Fallout 3 or 4 New Vegas.
Why would I compare it to those? They're really old.
Why would you compare it to those,
I'd compare it to 4 if I wanted to compare it to
Okay, then compare it to 4.
4, I like... Alright, so I'll compare it to a game I actually don't like.
Why
I'll compare it to Destiny 2. I don't like Destiny 2 at all.
Okay.
But their guns feel like guns.
Okay.
I take a shotgun in this, and I take a pistol in this, and it feels like the same exact weapon. Granted, that was a criticism of the early game. As I'm getting into it more, I am getting different weapons, and it is feeling more different for me.
I was going to say, I completely disagree with you.
Yeah, that was my early opinion of it. That has recently changed.
Okay.
I don't like it how it feels like I'm not getting hit at all. I'm getting hit, but it doesn't feel like... I don't feel like I'm getting hit, and by the time I look at my health bar, the health bar is pretty far down. I know you're just gonna go.
Dave, I don't know what to tell you. That like many of the grievances you have, like I see them, but I don't see them.
Yeah,
like I'm not noticing.
Ultimately, I just don't like the shooting of it very much.
I'm not noticing how I'm not noticing that I'm getting hit. Like I
prefer the
shooting
health in games like Fallout 4 or Destiny 2, even though I don't like Destiny 2 because all that is a shooting gallery. And this game does feel like a shooting gallery in a lot of instances when you're out in the wild. It's like, go here and kill things and then bring something back. Go here and kill things and bring something back. That's boring as hell to me.
Okay.
But going to the things I like about the game is when you're not doing that, the game's great. When you're talking to people and you're convincing them to do stuff, like, I think I'd enjoy this game nearly as much as if I wasn't a speech character.
Yeah, the speech check seems to be the name of the game.
Yeah, speech check is where this game shines, and I feel bad for any person that just goes in this and pumps everything into guns, because you're going to have a very boring time.
Well, to be fair, now that dialogue helps in combat, there's more of an incentive to be dialogue.
Yeah, they cower.
So at max, that's like a 30% chance.
Yeah, I've been noticing them cowering a lot because I pumped literally everything into talking.
Dialogue is the first one that you were forced to be specialized in.
Would you say forced? I don't know if I was forced to do it.
Forced to become specialized?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't level it up any further.
Oh, you mean individualized?
Yes, that's what I mean.
Okay. Sorry.
Maybe I wasn't explaining it correctly. So
I thought you meant forced as in the game kind of pushed you into doing that.
No, the game literally doesn't let you level it up any further once you get to a certain point. Essentially, the skills are set up into 6 different categories of melee, guns, speech, tech skills, stealth, and companion skills. Leadership, I guess.
Yeah.
And you can level them up to a certain point, and everything will be leveled up. As I level up one section of guns, all of them are leveled up.
Yeah.
But then when you hit 50 with one of them, you have to choose one of them.
Yeah. And unfortunately, persuasion was really low for me for some reason.
I think I don't know why. I don't know. I think, what did you make your initial stats?
Okay, so here's the funny thing, because they ask you to pick a job that you had before.
Yeah.
And it's like, in the more and more I play the game, like, this starship holds the brightest minds from Earth. And I'm like, I was a fucking cashier.
Aw. Yeah.
Why did you revive me? Granted, I've been doing great, but why did you revive me?
No, he didn't revive you. He was trying to revive everyone. You just happened to be there.
Yeah, why did he choose us? Because even, if I chose any other ones, we just seem like starting out in all our careers.
So the plot is, yes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you're way into your career and you just haven't gone anywhere. So you start
If I keep working at this dead-end job, I'll surely become manager.
Man, that is this game. We'll get into that. The essential plot of this game is it's far-flung into the future, but still somehow having a quasi-steampunk golden age aesthetic to its technology.
Kind of, yeah.
It's far-flung into the future. Humanity expanded across the stars. In particular, you are on a star called Halcyon, named... I believe it was named for the brightest star in the sky at the time. And part of the Halcyon Corporation, a massive business of massive businesses that essentially bought the rights to this star.
It really is just a big
pile of shit.
Anyway, so that corporation bought the rights to colonize every planet on this star. You were part of a big colonizing ship called the Hope. You're just waiting to hit one of those again, aren't you?
I'm always waiting to hit one of these, Mark.
We're part of a colonizing ship called the Hope. And for whatever reason, a 10-year journey ended up taking 70 years because your ship got lost, and they said, fuck it.
Yeah, they just left all those people from Earth there to die, basically.
Because it would not have been profitable to save them.
Is that what it is? Are you far enough to know that?
No, but that's what I'm getting at. That's
Okay.
that's the gist. I think that's where they're going.
Because I know both you and me have not told anyone other than our crew members that we were a part of the Hope.
Pretty much, and I'm even reticent to tell my crew members. But then there's essentially futurized Rick with a British accent.
Futurized Rick?
Rick.
What are you talking about?
Rick and Morty.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the meme that everyone...
No, I got a Doc Brown alpha of him. He's so similar to Doc Brown.
He's a bit closer to Doc Brown, but like people saw him with the crazy hair, and Rick and Morty had just come out, so it's like, yeah, that's Rick.
Go down there, Morty. I need the other people revived, Morty.
Morty, you need to get the chemicals, Morty.
just shove up your butt, Morty.
Way up in there. But no, he has a British accent and more of a traditional mad scientist doctor feel.
At first, I thought, I'm like, did they get him to play him?
No, they didn't.
They didn't? Okay.
No. God, no.
He's really old now.
Yeah. No.
But he's never turned down a speaking role. Ever.
Yeah.
I've seen him in the worst shit.
We'll get into that later.
Both him and...
Dave, we're getting off course.
Both him and Dr. Robotnik have been in everything.
We're getting off course, Dave. So he revives you. He's the only one of the colonists that revives you. There's a quick throwaway thing about how you were cryogenically frozen with so many people, and if you get cryogenically frozen for too long, you can't be revived, because if you do, you experience explosive cell death.
Yeah.
He has a chemical he's developed a chemical that means that doesn't happen. A couple other side effects, fuck it, whatever. But he needs a shit ton of it to revive everyone on the ship. He recruits you, unfreezes you, sends you down to a planet and says, okay, get me chemicals.
Yeah, we haven't even... A lot of that's just been getting to the place he needs us to be.
A little bit.
Like, we haven't actually... Well, for me, at least, I haven't actually gotten to any place where I can help him.
You're still scraping up against the edge, though. Because side quests aplenty.
Oh my god, there's so many side quests.
Yes, I have not gone anywhere. But that's traditional for Obsidian, for Fallout. It's entirely... so that's where the plot starts, and you're kind of just going through from there, trying to get from world to world. You accidentally crush the guy that was piloting the ship you were supposed to go on.
Alex Hawthorne.
So you're now Han Solo.
Yes.
It's funny. And that's basically where the plot kicks off, and from there, that's your lot. And the resulting combat is very, very Fallout, in that it's mostly just about shooting guns and hitting things with melee weapons. There's a quasi-VATS system.
Yes,
that's a bit more active. You essentially slow down time for yourself.
It's more essential. It's more like bullet time for games like Max Payne and shit.
Well, considering it's all about, especially with guns, it's with weapons, it's all about getting in that perfect hit. With his gun. So it seems like VATS with more based on skill. And the whole idea is that you can line up shots and hits, and if you hit a person in a certain location with this system, you give them a debuff, either depending on where you hit them or what weapon you're using.
It's more, the weapons are more, they're less Fallout, where there's a set number of weapons and you can upgrade them in multiple ways. And more
that was Fallout 4.
Yeah. Borderlands and Destiny, where you just find all these different weapons as you go through, and you're basically drops.
I think giving it the Borderlands comparison is a bit too loose, because Borderlands is all about the looter game where everything is...
That's the feeling I'm getting, though.
But it's not. Because a plasma rifle at level 6 versus a plasma rifle at level 11 is always going to be the same. It just has slightly less damage.
Okay.
That's it. As soon as you take that level 6 plasma rifle and level up to 11, it's going to be the exact same rifle.
Yeah.
So the 6 plasma rifles you saw in the store that were the exact same level, it is the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So it's not like a Borderlands or a Destiny where everything is randomized. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So they are always the same weapons, so long as they're at the same level and either have no modifications or the same modifications.
I just get concerned because I'm worried that I'm going to get to the end of the game. It's going to be like a looter shooter.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not. I mean, maybe people will start to have better weapons, more varied weapons with shit tons of different mods.
Yeah, but then again, this isn't a multiplayer game at all.
So why would it be?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So that's generally... Combat is relatively simple, but within that sort of... Like, that's the basic gist of combat, but there's a lot of nuances to it that, like, become apparent as you go. There is. I had to point out a couple things to you.
I just don't like the combat that much.
Well,
it just kind of seems like a means to the end oftentimes.
You hate Destiny. I like playing Destiny.
Oh, no, I think the gameplay of Destiny is solid.
Okay.
I think the game as a whole is a giant pile of trash.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, it's like, you played the original Destiny, right?
A little bit.
When it first came out?
Yeah.
Garbage, right? Gameplay solid, but nothing else. That's all it was. It was there to loot and shoot.
I don't think it's trying to be anything else, though.
Yeah, but it sold itself on being so...
I don't think it did.
There was no story. You just dropped into a map or verses, and then that's it. You just go around shooting things with no purpose to get weapons. Also, this isn't Outer Worlds. We're talking about Destiny now.
Yes. I don't know that anyone who still currently plays Destiny has any illusions that the plot is anything more than just set dressing.
Oh, yeah, now. But when it first came out, people were. I remember even when Destiny 2 came out, people on my job were coming up to me like, oh, you're going to get Destiny 2? They actually added a story this time. I'm like, why is the fact that they actually added a story a selling point to you?
You gotta learn how your mic works, dude. Because either you are way too relaxed.
It'd be fine.
It's either you're leaning back and you're way too quiet.
Fine.
Or you're getting way too angry and you're leaning in far too hard.
Is this better, Mark?
No, it's the exact...
Is this better?
It's the exact problem I just told you.
But yeah, so...
Outer Worlds.
Ultimately, I just hate Destiny.
Okay, Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds, I like the story so far. I like the conversation so far. So far, the gameplay is lackluster to me.
Fair enough. Yes, the story so far is great. The dialogue is very
I love
well
the theme, too.
Yes, the exact aesthetic and theme it has to it is, I think, the main selling point.
Every time I had to go out into the empty wasteland, I was just like, can I just go back into the town and talk to people?
You know, it's kind of hilarious that that games, like AAA games, not that this isn't AAA, but that a game like Assassin's Creed or anything made by Ubisoft will go out of its way to be, it's not political. It's not political. It's just a game and an interesting story. There's no commentary about this. Cut to Outer Worlds. Holy shit.
The thing is, we haven't really had a game where it was conversation focused, I don't think, for a while. Even Fallout 4 wasn't really that conversation focused.
I think you have not been playing the right games.
You think?
Because
I remember games
you mostly hang out on the PS4 store.
Back in the day, it was... Oh, yeah, you mean indie scene.
You just said games, not AAA.
Okay, so, like, I remember back, like, games like Jade Empire or games like the Star Wars franchise there, the Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Vampire Masquerade's Bloodline.
Oh, there was another series called Fallout, I think.
The original Fallout, yes.
Yeah, well, that's my point, David.
Yeah, Fallout 4, no.
Yes, no.
But that's what I'm saying. Recently, like, big blockbuster games haven't really been doing that.
They had something set in Vegas at one point.
Is this a New Vegas comment?
Yes, it is.
That's an older game, Mark. Do you know how old that game is at this point?
It's over 10 years.
Yes, exactly! That's what I'm saying!
Anyway. No, well, I mean, I
said the Fallout series. That is New Vegas.
Everything you said at some point was like 20 years old.
Yes!
Until you got to that point.
It's still... A decade is a long time, Mark!
Alright, jeez, calm down. You are blowing out your mic, by the way.
You're always... Stop complaining about my mic. I don't want to hear about my mic anymore.
Well, it's hurting my ears.
So anyway, yeah, but ultimately, I'm enjoying myself.
Yes. Okay, yeah, that's the end result of this. Yelling. And then, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I like conversation games. You just don't really get those in, like, a big, beautiful game like this. It's weird going back to...
It doesn't sell.
It's weird going... Bullshit.
Yeah, I know, but...
It's weird going back to a game, though, where it does the face lock when conversations now.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I was expecting it to be a bit more freeform, like, not like Skyrim, but...
Because not even, like, not even Fallout does that anymore. Like, Fallout now has the people talking, but it doesn't zoom in, it doesn't freeze the environment.
I think...
There's some hilarious results of that, though, but...
I think the main thing was, like, they looked at how Bethesda did Fallout 4 and Skyrim, where it's a bit more freeform and a bit more natural.
Yeah.
And that's nice, but that leads to a lot of very goofy shit happening in the background.
It's still goofy, because, like, there's a scene where you go into one of your companions to a bar and drink with her, and she's like, okay, let's have fun. Bottoms up as you're both leaning against, you're both like into the wall.
Yeah, a little bit.
And she just pulls out a drink and then quickly puts it back down off the screen.
But nothing is coming. Like, people aren't walking into the middle of the conversation. Is the point?
Yeah, there's no.
I'm pretty sure the background is frozen.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Or nothing's happening for it to do anything. Like the world doesn't seem to be breathing around you.
I'm gonna go back into the game at this point, and there's just gonna be like someone is shooting at me currently while I'm in this conversation, and I'm gonna be proven wrong. Thankfully, you can't start conversations when in combat.
I don't know if they did that to stop shit like that from happening.
I'm almost certain it was.
Okay.
Also, to be things like, because the conversation prompt is the same as like jump or use.
Yeah.
So it's like, eh.
I also can't exit from conversations. I actually have to say goodbye to people, and that's bothering me. I don't know why that's bothering me, but it is.
You can't just literally walk away.
You can't just hit circle and end the conversation. You actually have to go through the dialogue tree to say goodbye.
Because that's hilarious to you. It's hilarious when you literally just walk away. I'm not going to say it's not.
Do you ever try to skip conversations in Fallout 4 and eventually, like, if you're hitting X to skip conversations, just go, oh, that's interesting. Or if you hit circle, skips conversation, blah, blah, blah. You never shut up.
Oh, no, I mean, I love the ones when you're drunk. Mm-hmm. Concur. Yeah, preach it, brother.
But yeah, so...
I do love that, yes. Yeah, so this is being touted as the successor, not in gameplay-wise, but story-wise, to like Fallouts 1 and 2. Not 3 and 4. Fallouts 1, 2, and New Vegas is the one that they are...
Were they responsible for 1 and 2?
They keep saying people from Fallout. I believe the exact thing was Obsidian was responsible for Fallout 2, if I recall correctly.
Okay.
And I believe they have a lot of writers both from that team and from the original Fallout.
Because I know in game design, people constantly go wherever there's work.
Yeah, no, of course. It's like the team on Obsidian that made New Vegas is about 20% of the team that worked on this.
Okay.
So, like, that's the actual amount, because they got kind of fucked after New Vegas. And also people went to other projects.
I don't know the story of that very well.
It's another time. I'll tell you another time. It's a bit of a long story.
We have the time.
We have another podcast to do, Dave.
Yeah, but come on, because it's silly.
It's not, well, essentially the long and short of it is they had an agreement that said they would only get paid a certain amount if it reached projected sales goals.
Mm-hmm.
And by not giving them enough time and not properly advertising it, New Vegas didn't meet those sales goals, so ZeniMax essentially got to screw them over.
Oh, okay.
That's the long and short of it. I
remember at launch it was awful. Like, I kept falling through floors and shit.
Because they didn't have enough time to bug test, Dave. That's the point.
I know now everyone, like, basically drools over it.
David, I'm not having this conversation with you again.
I know, you love Vegas, and I love 3.
I don't dislike 3. I don't not love 3.
I never really played too far into Vegas. I always just felt like I was...
So what the fuck are you talking about?
I always just felt like I was in train tracks, and as soon as I got to the strip, I got bored.
You're an idiot. No, I don't know how else to tell you. Like, you have these opinions on certain games, and I don't know how else to just tell you you're playing it wrong.
Maybe. It just felt like I couldn't go anywhere else when I killed by flies.
Then pick up a gun and deal with the flies.
Okay, you deal with those flies, Mark.
I can.
I'd like to see you try.
I can.
I'd like to see it.
Okay. Load up Vegas, bitch.
But yeah.
Anyway, Outer Worlds. Which we have not really talked about this podcast, apparently.
We have. Oh, we'll talk about the companions. What do you think about the companions so far?
So far they've been a little lackluster to me. Not bad, and I have to admit they're kind of growing on me the more I use them, which I guess is the intent.
Yeah.
But, yeah, overall they're like,
So far, I like 2 of them. I haven't tried one of them very much, and the Vigor can just go jump off a fucking cliff. I don't care.
Yeah, the Vicar's not great. I really don't like.
Did you invite him, or did you leave him?
I invited him because I want to just have all the companions. But,
Me too.
But initially I just left him, and then I literally went back to the planet to just be like, yeah, okay, get on.
I like
Parvati.
I like her so far. I didn't know where the fuck her character was going. I still don't know where the fuck her character's going, though.
Seems like everyone's going to have multiple quests.
Yeah.
Because she has one, and then I know there's going to be another.
What's the name of the other guy?
Felix.
Felix.
He's fun.
I met Felix. He's just there. A lot of these characters, like Vicar, weirdly enough, is the only one with an actual objective for joining me. The other ones just joined me because they had nothing better to do.
I mean, to be fair, that's kind of the theme of ragtag bunch of misfits with a bunch of random shit to not do.
I know, but I expected them all to have like a major reason for joining me, and I guess
fuck no, you don't have a major reason. You could literally turn in the quest giver. You could literally turn in the giver of your main quest and say fuck it.
I want to see what happens with that.
Yeah,
because I heard that's something you could do very early on.
You heard something you could do. You did it.
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, you were close to doing it. You were literally at the option.
But you convinced me not to, because you started like, no, I don't want shit.
Because I don't want you to spoil it for me, you asshole.
I did try something, like, really fucking terrible right after I'd made a save.
And I was really uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah, it's a really good scene.
It's very uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortably good.
No.
It makes you feel awful for what you've done.
No. I mean, no, it does.
I don't even know if I should say it, because I don't know if I should ruin it for people.
No, you idiot. Don't say anything.
Don't say anything?
No.
Alright, just think of the most heartless thing you could possibly do to one of your companions.
And then do it.
In front of them, and then do it.
Cool. I'm very happy for you, Dave.
To make it even worse, Dave. I could have ordered them to land the final hits, and I kind of wanted to do that, but...
Now, to be fair, you've already basically told them what it is. You basically told the people what you're supposed to do.
No, I didn't.
You just said the final hit.
Yeah, the final hits. That's all I said. I didn't use any genders. I didn't say any place. I just said the final hit.
Hey guys, remember when you played the first Knights of the Old Republic as a dark side guy and you convinced Karth to kill his own son? That was a fun time, right?
You can?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you can convince combat to start while Karth is in the party.
I missed the whole scene where Karth told me he had a son there after I killed everyone.
And then you ignored his quest.
Well, no, he didn't.
Then you said, get back in the cockpit,
I didn't get
Karth.
one because the son was dead because I killed everyone in the temple.
Oh.
He told me about it afterwards.
I did Korriban last, so I got, the opportunity.
Oh, lucky bastard.
I know.
Because if I knew, I would have went out of my way, but... No, I just straight up killed everyone there. I didn't know.
I made Khan kill his Sarth while he was naked.
You made Karth kill his son while he was naked?
Yes. Because fuck Karth. Karth is the absolute worst companion in that game, and his what's the term I'm looking for? His legacy carries on into all BioWare games. Does it? There's a chart for which character is Karth in this game. And sometimes it's a good...
I thought you meant his progeny.
No.
Carries on.
Actually, yeah. No, I think he was...
I'm like, not if you kill him, no.
He was... I think there was an instance of he was supposed to potentially, have a cameo in the second game if you spared him. If, your game state was that you spared him.
Does your game state carry on?
No. That's why it was cut.
Oh, okay.
But
so they don't want to Dragon Age it, where regardless of what you do, Liliana survives, and Zevran survives, and... You never have a chance to kill Morgan. So yeah, those are the only two.
And everyone survives, and everyone becomes the exact same character because they have to have a new character arc, but they can't have a second character arc.
Liliana was disappointing to me.
Liliana is always going to become a hardened assassin no matter what you do, even if I kept her completely normal throughout my whole game. Fuck it, whatever. But no, yeah, there's straight up a chart which companion in this BioWare game is Karth. And sometimes it's a good Karth. A lot of times it's not.
Is it Felix?
In this game, might be Felix.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just talking about BioWare games, because BioWare has the exact same writing skills.
So far, I like Felix. But the biggest thing I like about Felix is the fact you can dropkick people.
That is kind of bad. That is
I love amazing that.
And especially because it will still go if it whiffs. Watch this, Captain! And then, the cutscene place where the guy dies first, and then he just drops. Oh, that's the best.
He has the best. I'm so glad I unlocked those because he has the best one.
Yeah. Everyone else is like, oh, okay, that's a cool thing you do there.
Yeah.
But just
it's so ridiculous. It's the best.
It's incredible. Actually, yeah. Speaking of the companions, I found a lot of the ways they work is really Mass Effect like.
Really?
Just a comparison to other games with the ability having two at a time. They both have abilities to use. You have orders to give them. You can change up their weapons and armor.
Kinda.
Yeah.
My question for you is, do you think they have somewhere in the game, I like the character bar, or no?
I like that's the way you described it.
You know what it is.
I don't know. I think they're trying to do the same thing they did.
A senpai noticed me bar.
Yeah. I think they were doing the same thing in New Vegas, where it's a bit more... I was going to say natural, but... like, it is more just... It's less complicated and it's less numbers-based. Like, have you done a quest for them or not?
Okay.
Because I think it would be...
Because they say whether they approve or disapprove of my actions. Thank God, without, like, a little... This person will remember this at the top.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that really means anything.
I'm going to miss that from Telltale. That was the most hilarious thing. By the way, I'm sorry. Before... Because we have made so many fucking tangents. What's one more? You never played the Batman Telltale games?
No.
I
know about them.
They're actually okay. The first one of the ones you can do in the second game is when you have to tell Joker something again. One of the things up there is Joker totally forgot to remember that. And it's the best example I've ever seen of that.
All right.
Though, to be fair, the unintentional comedy of those, which is that character will remember that and then they get shot in the next sentence.
Yes.
Will always be fun. Will always be the most unintentional funny thing.
Did do the didn't they actually do this character will not remember this after they got shot once?
I want to see that.
I think in one of their games it had to probably be Walking Dead that this character will not remember this after they shoot him.
It doesn't sound like Walking Dead because this after the first one took itself very seriously.
Maybe it was Wolf Among Us.
Maybe.
I don't know.
The first one took itself very seriously, and then the second and third one, I would say they didn't have the writing chops on board to actually do that.
Maybe
400 Days, that like kind of quasi DLC side story one. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would want to go back. I want to look that up. Anyway, Outer Worlds. What's the catchphrase for this one? Anyway, Outer Worlds.
So ultimately, I don't know whether or not the companion's quest goes off basically based on whether or not they like me or whether or not we've done a certain quest and their companion quest unlocks.
Your main quest is you don't know, you can't see it in any menu anywhere, so you're wondering if there's like a hidden bar of approval.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think they would say like it would at least have a message like, "Hey, someone such disapproved of that or liked that." Like they didn't. Like Fallout 4 doesn't have an approval bar.
Yeah.
But it does say like this companion liked that.
Yeah. So you know there is one.
Yeah. So they are not doing it in Outer Worlds, so I don't think so.
And I can definitely tell in Fallout that conversations unlock after I do enough actions they like.
Yes.
But in this one, I think they unlock when I do a certain thing in the story.
There was a very specific mod for Fallout 4 I got that was all about, hey, that hidden companion like approval thing. Yeah, here's a little device that lets you look at it.
Oh, that'd be helpful.
That's it. That's all the mod was.
All right.
But so yeah, the main thing about this is that this game, for a lot of reasons, makes me want to keep going in. And keep going and keep going, and I want to see this to the end, and I want to experience every goddamn thing this game has to offer.
Yeah, I heard this game is A, short, but B, replayable.
I've heard, and this is up to your judgment, the GameSpot review, I think, is the thing that people came out, like, how long is Outer Worlds?
Yeah.
I saw a Saved You a Click article, which is just... Have you ever heard of those? The Saved You a Click thing?
No.
It's taking clickbaity articles, in this case about video games, and saying like, how long is Outer Worlds? And then it's like a 1 second, it's like, here's what they summarize. And they said it was, they played the game on one playthrough, basically stuck to the main story and did 1 or 2 side quests, and it took them 30 hours.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so that's a pretty meaty game.
Yeah.
And Dave, there's a shit ton of side quests.
There is, and a lot of side quests actually feed into the main story.
Kinda, yeah.
So, like, a lot of the things that you could change, even small details at the end of a main story, is impacted by the side quests you've done.
One of the and then there's also one quest very early on for the main story that its objective is literally get 10,000 money. That's pretty much it. However you want to do it, do it. But now go do side quests to get money.
Yeah.
And it's not a small amount.
But you were talking about how you did side quests for people in the settlement.
Yes.
And they worked with you at the end because you did that for them.
Yeah.
But I think I missed them when I did it.
So I was only concerned about doing the 2 ones for the faction I was betraying.
Yes.
Because that meant whoever was surviving in that faction could still come back.
Yeah.
Because they liked me now. So there were 2 quests that I just had to do to make
Was
sure.
one of them getting manuals?
Yes.
Okay, so I did that one. I think I missed another one.
There was one that you had to do for the guard right at the front.
Okay, I didn't do that one.
Yeah. Oh well.
But yes,
It worked out.
Okay, I didn't need to do that at all because I passed 2 speech checks.
I think I still had a persuasion check. Maybe it was just 1 though.
Okay, I skipped that entirely because I didn't need to do it. They're like, you try to go convince them. I'm like, or maybe I could just find a compromise.
Hey.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
But, well, the end result of this is that even between side quests, besides extra objectives, there's a lot of ways to complete a lot of these different quests.
And it's weird.
In true Fallout fashion.
Because up to the point where, there's a point where you have to choose whether or not to help the Edgewater. This isn't really spoiling, you see it from a mile away.
It's the first main quest, really.
So there's a point where you have to choose whether to help Edgewater, the corporate-run city that's really sketchy, or the deserters from it, which
are super hippie.
Yeah, mean good, but they're kind of not really seeing the whole picture and all the people they'd hurt by doing their actions.
Well, because here's the thing, and here's where I was worried, because I didn't understand that you kind of sided with Edgewater with a caveat. I thought you would side with the deserters, and I was about to chew you out for being like, what the fuck are they going to do now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I sided with everyone.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, one person.
Well, here's the thing. I was going to side with the deserters up to the point where...
The diverters.
Yeah. The Parvati at the very end's like, hey...
Maybe this isn't a good idea.
Can I talk to you for a sec? And maybe don't fuck over Edgewater.
And then you said no. And you turned off power to both of them.
And she's like, yeah, but because the way I had it said to me was the fact that, the people from Edgewater could just go over to the deserters and they could build there.
But that's not a good idea.
Yeah, and then she explained to me, you know what? Yeah, it's fucked up what Edgewater's doing, but ultimately I don't want to fuck over the heavily defense city when they're the best chance for everyone to survive.
The whole general idea I'm seeming to have is, the corporations are fucked up, but the way to fix it is not tearing everything down.
Yeah,
that's a good mentality to have about
and
this.
And then I talked to the 2 leaders after I brought power back to Edgewater, and they're like, and one's like, if you just stop the cannery, make it actual, and grow actual food there, then your people will be cured like we are cured, and we could sell the vegetables off. I'm like,
no,
yeah, actually, that is great.
No, you probably can't do that, but okay, go for it.
Yes, you can. They're perfectly fine.
I am I will bet you right now, $10, that when you get to the epilogue, it's going to be, shit got fucked.
I would bet. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'll take it.
I am shaking.
I bet you $10 that my ending's better.
Okay.
If there is an ending,
let's have this.
If not, this is all null and void.
This is an Obsidian game. It has an epilogue. So for now, let it be understood that Dave chose the quest that restored power to Edgewater.
So we both chose the quest that restored power to Edgewater.
Dave put the deserter leader Adelaide on top of the board and changed up Edgewater to grow vegetables.
Yes.
I sided with Edgewater, made sure Reed was still on the board, convinced that all the deserters besides Adelaide to come back, and it continues as normal.
Yes.
Basically before.
We're only making and eating saltines.
I am betting right now that my ending will be slightly better than yours, at the very least.
I don't think so, because you know what I think?
Yeah.
I think the plague mostly comes from the horrible mishandling of graves, and the constantly digging them up. And guess what? All the corpses are going to be turned into fertilizer now.
All right. Cool. We will see this.
Okay.
We will see how this goes.
I think now that they're properly handling corpses and not constantly digging them up because of rental fees, I think that people are going to be much healthier.
We will see.
Okay.
Now I will also put down that if the ending for them changes based on who you make the ultimate person, you know what I mean? If there's an end game thing where it's you side up with a corpse or free, if that changes, then we change a thing. Then we have to make caveats.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, $10.
Yes, $10.
All right.
If enough changes, obviously, or it doesn't talk about it, it's null and void. But if there is a clear winner of this competition,
$10.
$10.
And what a better way to end a podcast than with gross gambling? So, Outer Worlds is awesome, guys. Go get it.
All right. I'll talk to you later, guys.
Bye.
Peace.